Look at this. I'm freaking huge. Freaking huge. Peekaboo. Yum yum. Welcome to That's Not Sexy. I am your master level personal trainer, Alex Diaz, aka Mr. Freaking Huge. And this video is going to be talking about which is best, machines, cables, or freeways. And there's no right or wrong answer or what is best or what isn't. This just depends on who you are and what your fitness level is at. If you're brand new to training, then I don't recommend you do any cables yet, and I don't recommend you do any dumbbells. Okay, and I'm gonna explain why now. I know people are like, wait, what's the big deal? Well, you want to use machines when you start, okay, and the reason why is because these machines, they're one of the most safest things to do in the gym compared to cables and to freeways. So as far as safety is concerned, the machines are just the best way, because mostly every machine, when you drop the weight, you're not gonna get hurt. You could let go of the handles. You could drop the weight, and it's not gonna hit you. It's not gonna hurt your arms, your shoulders, or anything, because the weight is just gonna go back on its rack, and it's not gonna be on you or near you, and it's not gonna injure you. Okay, so that's one reason why machines are the best for safety. Second of all, when you're brand new to training, you have no idea what you're doing, so you don't know how to correctly how your form should be. So how do you lock your form down? Well, machines actually help you lock your form down. If you're gonna do a chest press, well, the bench is flat, you have the bars, and it's easy to push. You don't have to worry about stabilization or anything like that. It's simple movements, and like if you're doing a tricep push down on a preacher machine, the machine locks you with the pad, so you can't move anywhere, and it just locks your form down, so you could just come down with the triceps. So the machines are the best for learning correct form for beginners, and it's the safest thing. And I recommend for anyone who has any type of injury, if you're gonna do your own type of rehab, which I don't recommend because you have to go to a specialist, but if you are, because I know people are just extremely hard-headed, and no matter what happens, they can have a roller cuff injury and they still want to go to the gym and freaking lift heavy weights, which is stupid. But if you want to lift weights because you're hard-headed, and I recommend doing machine versus anything else, especially if you have any pains or problems. But I wouldn't want anyone to work out if they have any injury, period. I'm just saying, for some people that are extremely hard-headed, they're gonna go do a dumbbell press. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd rather say, whatever. But don't do anything. So, cables are good. They're the second stage of when you're learning to do workouts, because now you're using a lot more stabilization now, which is if you're not used to, if you've never done a regular straight chest press, and then you're gonna do a machine press, and you go right into a cable press, you're gonna see that you don't have enough muscle to try to balance out and everything else. So I recommend learning the form with the machines, getting your form good, learn the proper technique, build some muscle. Then when you're ready, do some cable presses or stuff like that. But it's the same thing with like doing back. You're gonna do an assisted pull-up machine, which helps you do pull-ups, versus doing a real pull-up. So the first stage would be an assisted pull-up, okay, which is a weighted machine, then a lat pull-down machine, which is a cabled machine, and then to your real pull-ups. So I hope that makes sense. You're gonna go into these three stages, okay? So last stage would be obviously your weight training with free weights, and this is now that you're used to your cable. You know that one arm they're good because you're using the cables. Now they're free floating, so now you could be ready to do dumbbells. Okay, So I still recommend anyone who watch my videos to get a trainer if they're brand new to training, because even if you're in advance, a lot of people think they know what they're doing because they've been in the gym for like 5 years, but they have no clue what they're doing. They think they know because they're just all cocky. Oh, I know, I know everything. And then meanwhile, they have elbow pain, they got knee pain, they got shoulder pain, they got this pain, they got that pain. They tore something, they did this wrong, they couldn't lift this, they did this. So even though you think you know, you really don't. So I recommend hiring an expert and then letting them coach you how to do it correctly, especially with free weights. That's really dangerous, especially if you don't have a spotter and you're by yourself and doing a bar and you're benching to your max or whatever. So free weights would be the last thing I would, if I ever train anybody brand new, I won't give them any kind of free weight in the beginning of the training session, because we have to, first have to learn how to use the proper form and then go into different transitioning of cables and then free weights for safety, for form, for muscle development, But that does not mean that someone who is advanced doing dumbbells, dumbbells and bars and free weights shouldn't do cables or shouldn't do machines, because I do machines, I do cables, and I do free weights. I do cables towards my last workouts because that has to give me a good stretch. I'm safe. If I'm doing like a chest fly, so, I'm really safe. And I do bench on the machines to do slow negatives. I do like 400 pounds and then just slow negatives. I know it's safe because if I drop it, I'm fine. I can let go and it's not going to hit me. Okay, and it's just, and that's how I do my workouts. But so that's what I'm saying. It's not, no such thing as one is better than the other. We're like, okay, well, this one's going to build more muscle. It just depends on the stages of where you're at. Now, free weights is the mother of all training. That's the holy grail of weight training is your free weights. You want to try to go towards your free weights, but in going towards your free weights, if you know what you're doing, it's more of a red danger zone if you're doing it wrong. So the reason why I say it's one of the best ways is because it's all about stabilization, and it's one of the hardest things to do using more muscles. But again, I do cables for chest flies, and I think in my video I put chest flies on cables are better than dumbbells because of the peak contraction. So that doesn't mean that cables don't have their benefits as well. So, but I would say stick more to free weights if you know what you're doing, if you have good form, and then also use cables for other hit the muscle in different areas to be more safer, to have better peak contractions, and do machines if you want to do like good negatives for your training, because doing a heavy negative, like a negative on your chest press is really dangerous if you're lifting a lot of weight on a free weight on a bar versus a negative on a machine, which is safer. And you could probably do an extra 2 or 3 because you feel comfortable that you could push yourself to do another 2 or 3, versus if you're by yourself doing 400-pound chest press, you're not going to want to try to push yourself to another 2 or 3 knowing that you almost failed on the last one. So that's why I say there's no such thing as this one's better than that one, this one's better than that one, because I do all of them. It just depends on what you want to do, what your skill level is at, and if you know what you're doing or not. Alright, so they're all going to make you build muscle. It's not like, okay, well, free weights are the only things to make me build muscle. But like, what the hell are you talking about? You're training a muscle, aren't you? So why isn't, when I train a muscle with a machine, I'm not going to get muscle, but when I train muscle with a dumbbell, you're going to build muscles. But again, there's different stages and levels, advanced, intermediate, and beginner. So that's all I got to say. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to both my channels, That's Not Sexy and Mr. Freaking Huge. And go to my fan page, facebook.com/That's Not Sexy. Go to that'snotsexy.com. Got my shirts. Stay tuned to more videos. I have tons more videos coming up. Who knows what the hell's going to be next? Make sure you subscribe for that. And if you're not subscribed, that's not sexy. I'm freaking huge. Even with the shirt on, I eat it. Take care.